this working? Okay, we're cooking with gas. It's 7 o'clock. I'm going to call the ZBA meeting to order. Can everyone please stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Hickey? Here. Mr. LaBelle? Here. Mr. Smith? Here. Mr. Barone? Here. Mr. Nazo, I'll get that right eventually. And Gary's here from the building department. Ms. Wassberg is not with us this evening. Let's mark her down as being excused. The way we conduct our meetings, I'm going to invite the petitioner up, come up, stand up to the podium, state the reason you're in front of us this evening, give a brief decision of it. It will then come back to the board here. Each one of us will have a question we'll ask it in that period of time. We'll also then entertain information from the public if there's anyone to speak on that. And I don't see any files, so I don't believe we have any correspondence today on this issue. It'll then come to the board. If we have everything in front of us, we'll move ahead. We need 4 positive votes to pass something. We're missing 1 member, but I don't believe that's going to be a major issue. The issue that we have in front of us is ZBA petition 2410. That's Motor City Stamping. Is there somebody representing? Please step up to the podium, please. Both of you could talk, as long as I have you both sign in and state your name. That's the only thing I'm concerned about the record. You're both willing to speak, are able to speak on this issue.
Is it on now? Yep. Eric Ostling, Sieber Keys Laner, designer for the project.
I'm Michael Kwan. I'm the general manager of Motor City Stamping.
Okay, either one of you wish to speak, please give a synopsis of the reason you're in front of us.
Okay, we are here to petition Motor City Stamping, parcel number 15-09-30-302-026, requesting a reduction in parking spaces to 394 from the required 431 parking spaces. Under section 5.39C, minimum parking space requirement. We're making this request based on our plan to add additional storage spaces. We would like to expand from our current manufacturing building, a warehouse to store some of our stamping dies. Which currently some of our stamping dies are stored outside. In addition to that, we would like to store our raw material, which are steel coils, indoors, under, out of the elements, basically. So, therefore, we are making this request to the board.
I'm going to start questioning. Mr. Barone, sir, any questions, sir?
Mainly, it's just a storage facility excess as opposed to hiring new employees?
That's correct. There will be no additional employees for this added space.
That's mainly my only question. Thank you.
Question, please?
Yeah, my understanding is that if you do hire people, you have an additional parking area that you could use for additional parking, correct?
That is correct. Actually, we only have 170 people in our biggest shift, so about 170 spaces is really what we use on a daily basis.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Smith? No question. Mr. LaBelle?
If we can go back to, thank you, Mr. Chairman. If we can go back to the numbers, you said you have 150, approximately 170 people per shift. How many shifts do you run?
2 shifts.
2 shifts. So at shift change, how many people would you have?
We have a half hour, between shifts, specifically for traffic congestion purposes.
Okay, so people go home.
Yes,
the
people
parking
leave
lot
first
clears,
and the second shift
shifts,
comes
okay,
later.
so the shifts don't overlap. So
They
you
do
don't
not
have
overlap.
340 people at one time.
No, no.
Okay. Another question that I have, on the drawing, when I was reviewing the drawings, it shows future parking, the areas that could be striped. Why don't you just stripe it in the first place? And
There was,
you probably, what it would have cost to stripe probably would have been less than what it cost to come in front of us.
well, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of storage is outside right now that we're trying to move indoors. So, to be honest, I was not at the company during that period of time, so I cannot answer that.
Okay. And my understanding also is, and I don't, from my point of view, I don't have a problem with this at all. The township, you have banked parking currently that the township can engage and force at any time if necessary. You are
Yes,
aware
we
of
do.
that. And do you remember how many spots you have? I
One-
do know. I just was wondering if you know.
190,
190,
yes.
191 spots?
Yes.
Okay. And this is just a warehouse?
This is
Nothing
just
more than
purely a
that.
warehouse.
Is there room for expansion anywhere else on the property, or are you pretty much tapped out?
I think this is the only suitable place because considering our production operation, we will want it to be closer to our machinery to reduce internal logistics. So this is the best place and probably the only available area.
I mean, is there room for more expansion on the property? If you,
In the future,
yeah, in the future, do you have room for more expansion and more parking?
I would say no.
I'm looking at your drawing, it's like, man, it's pretty tight already.
Yeah, I would say no, there's probably not any future expansions, either necessary or possible.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Sorry, last but not least, go ahead, please.
I don't have any further questions. It seems pretty straightforward to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I know we seem to run in these situations every once in a while with parking spaces. I know we had an issue with MJR, we limited parking. And things do change, technology changes, the amount of employees you have, and I understand you're trying to put more stuff, inside opposed to out. And I know there was an incident just a while back, and I talked to the building department this morning on that. You guys resolved it, so it seems to be that you are having a pretty good working relationship with our community, which we appreciate that.
Yes.
And I don't see a problem in allowing this variance. That's all I had.
Thank you.
This is a public hearing. Anyone from the public wish to address it? Come up, Linda, and sign in, state your name, and state your comments, please.
My name's Linda Hartman. I kind of have a dual comment question. Very happy with Motor City. They've been in our community for a long time. Like to see them getting things that are on outside, inside. Just makes the community look nicer. First impressions are good. I drove by there today. They got nice landscaping. My only request is, and I kind of looked at the site plan online, but their lot line between Thoit and themselves, bushes and fence, it looks terrible. If they could clean that up a little bit, it would look nicer. They can't do anything by Thoit. Their signage, they got old signage that's very rusty. The least they could do is this has nothing to do with Motor City, it's their neighbor, and if you look good, it's a reflection on your neighbor. If you look bad, it's a reflection on your neighbors. So I know that our township is trying to make our community look attractive, and it's not their fault, although now that they're doing something on their property, if they could just kind of clean up that lot line, I'd like to see that happen, appreciate it. Like I said, they've been an asset to Chesterfield, and we're glad we're here, and I'm glad they're doing well enough that they have to add to their property, so thank you.
Thank you so much for your comments, Linda. Gentlemen, can you go stand up there, please? I'm gonna bring it back and see if we had anything additional from my right. Anything additional from my left? Any comments or concerns from the building department?
None.
Thank you. On that note, do you wish anything at this time, sir?
Thank you for the input, and if possible, we can maybe precisely locate the areas of concern, and we'll be happy to address them.
Thank you for being a good member of the community. On that note, well, what's the board's pleasure? Motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, please do.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the ZBA petition 2024-10 Motor City Stamping located at 47783 Gratiot. The parcel ID is 1709-30-302-026. First of all, there's as part of my motion, as far as practical difficulties, unnecessary hardship not related to something that they've caused themselves. And the piece of property, the way that it is, it really truly is a unusually shaped piece of property, and it is difficult to achieve what they're doing. The fact, also part of my motion is that they currently have 190 some spaces available that are banked by the township. If in fact the township deems it necessary to increase the amount of parking, they will be obligated to do so. With that, I'll make a motion to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have support?
Support.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is granted. Make sure you check with the building department, any additional stuff you need before you move ahead with what your plans are. Okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you for
Thank you
coming
very much, and thank you for your time.
out. Yes. Old business, I don't know we have any old business. I see new business, September 11th meeting has been canceled, and also September 25th meeting has been canceled due to no petitions. Everyone wants to make note of that. That would be a good thing at this time. Gary, any updates on anything exciting happening in the community?
Not really anything new exciting. I mean, you can see the progress, the Chick-fil-A is coming along. We've got, the sheet should be moving. They're in engineering. They're almost done with their comments.
Right, yeah.
And we should be issuing a permit there. And then the Maverick, I don't know where they're in engineering, so you might see that corner coming alive here pretty soon. Trying to think of anything, Rick? Any new stuff?
We have a petition coming in front of us next Tuesday.
Oh, what?
It was a new chicken place.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, by Coles.
Yeah, by Coles. What's it
Yeah.
called?
The chicken place by Coles.
I don't remember what it's called.
That's awful.
Yeah, yeah.
We need one more.
I seen it earlier, that's why.
Canes is the
Oh,
owner.
you can't.
Canes is the owner.
That hasn't gotten this far for me.
So we'll have another chicken place.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
I mean,
Yeah, I know,
there's progress everywhere, though. You can see housing still going along, multifamily, we've got everything. You know, Rick knows just as much as I do. We're still busy, and they're still coming in, and meetings are still asking.
yeah, those condos are looking nice there in Sass. They got blown over last night. Yes.
Yeah, just the middle trusses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the two buildings are gonna do a nice job on those, so. Just a lot of stuff going on. I mean,
We did have, I believe we did have meeting minutes. Did we have meeting minutes? We met? Approved them, okay, so we're good, so we're gonna meeting minutes in the future. Okay. Anything additional from my right? From my left? I guess we are adjourned, correct? Motion adjourned, support, all in favor, say aye. Aye. We stand adjourned, thank you.
Everybody knows this is Mark's last meeting.
Is it really?